The Disney park news just keeps coming. So today, a new rumor or report, I'll leave it up to you to decide after I explain it, just surfaced about the Mandalorian and Grogu overlay coming to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run at Galaxy's Edge, both at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. And the good news, Disney is doing way more with this than I was expecting. Then we got our first looks at one of Disney's strangest yet potentially genius attraction overlays ever, which is It's a Small World with Groot at Tokyo Disneyland. And if you've ever wanted to see a Mary Blair inspired Smart Hulk, do I have some photos for you? So pretty much this video is all rides starring Baby Groot and Baby Yoda. Who would have thought? But let's get started with the Millennium Falcon update. So according to the guys at the Disney Dish podcast, that is the source on this, by the way, the Mandalorian and Grogu overlay that was first announced at D23 is intentionally aiming to improve the current ride experience on Smugglers Run. Personally, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is not my favorite attraction. The sabacc table photo op and the chance to sit in the cockpit is cooler than the ride itself, in my opinion. And that's not because I don't know about Hondo Ohnaka or Coaxium. I've seen all the Star Wars animation shows and Solo: A Star Wars Story. I recommend the former, not the latter. But the problem is, even knowing what's going on, I just can't engage with what I'm seeing play out on screen. Nor do I feel like I'm ever fully in control of the ride, and it's even worse when you're not one of the lucky two chosen to pilot but are reduced to hitting buttons, which is really what the other four riders in the cockpit are experiencing. So, according to this new claim, however, once the Mandalorian and Grogu overlay is added to the attraction, guests who get stuck with the engineer role for Smuggler's Run will actually be rewarded with an interaction with Grogu, making this particular role a lot more desirable and rewarding and may warrant more repeat rides. But that's not where the Grogu interactions end. Disney is wisely leaning into the household name with a puppeted character interaction experience in the holding area of the Millennium Falcon, which again is where the sabacc table is and all those original trilogy Easter eggs. Reportedly, the Disney Dish guys said they even saw the puppet themselves while talking with the guy in charge of this part of the project. That's why I'm not sure if I would call this a rumor, but since I don't know their source, again, I'll leave that up to you. But if true, and if Disney actually follows through with this is huge. I mean, not only are we getting a much needed new mission and one connected to the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu movie, but also bonus interactions with a major Star Wars character and enhanced gameplay. To me, this isn't just an overlay, it's an upgrade. And if Disney is going this hard with it, I can't help but wonder what else we should be expecting at Galaxy's Edge when it opens in 2026. And I'm going to take a big swing here. I think this could be the opportunity for Disney to introduce original trilogy characters to Galaxy's Edge. If you're familiar with The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, you know that season 2 ended with a return of the Jedi era, Luke Skywalker making a surprise appearance after laying waste to some droids. Luke has more of a connection to both Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon than Mando and Grogu, and if he's part of the movie, which fingers crossed he will be, maybe he'll also play a part in this ride, which again means Galaxy's Edge will finally have an OG character aside from Chewbacca. Speaking of that movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is Lucasfilm's first Star Wars film since 2019, is currently slated for a May 26, 2026 release. And while Disney may want to open the ride in conjunction with the movie, I think it's more likely that the ride will open before the film as a part of its promotional campaign, and because Disney will want this new version to be fully operational for May the 4th and Disneyland's Star Wars events. Time will tell, but let's just say, if this report is accurate, my expectations just skyrocketed for this 2026 overlay for Galaxy's Edge. Now let's switch over to Tokyo Disneyland for another overlay discussion, namely It's a Small World with Groot. Not only is it the first time Marvel has invaded the classic It's a Small World attraction, but It's a Small World with Groot is a milestone for Tokyo Disneyland, as it's the first time Marvel characters have ever been featured in a park attraction there. And yes, there is a storyline. Apparently, Baby Groot is visiting Earth for vacation, where he and other Marvel characters are going to experience different parts of the world. And while Groot is the star, Imagineering included an impressive number of MCU heroes, including Thor, Miss Marvel, the Guardians crew, Shuri as the Black Panther, Sam Wilson's Captain America, and many more, plus a few Marvel animal friends, including the Flurkin from Captain Marvel. This particular overlay is set to open January 15th, but for those who have seen it early, they have shared a number of photos and video online, and despite how strange this may be for Disney park history fans, I think it looks great, and it's a true first for MCU fans to see familiar heroes as small world dolls, and with that Mary Blair style. I think my favorite has to be Smart Hulk, especially since Imagineering went with his current form instead of going for the easy standard Hulk. And I love that they included the Black Panther heart-shaped herbs. But I do want to acknowledge that I find Disney's choice of heroes worth paying attention to, as it may hint at which characters Disney is looking to further utilize at the other parks. The Guardians and, of course, Groot are present in multiple park experiences already, as well as Disney Cruise Line experiences. And Imagineering seems to really like Miss Marvel, and I was impressed with how they showcased her powers for this particular overlay. I have no doubt more images and videos of this very unique experience will be making its way online in the coming days and weeks, but this preview is something I just had to mention and had to share because you don't get an attraction like this every day. Now, more Disney Park news is on the way, but if you enjoyed this video and if you can't get enough Disney Park news and analysis, I would so appreciate if you would give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on this Mandalorian and Grogu redo report of Millennium Falcon. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on this Mandalorian and Grogu redo report of Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and if it sounds like it will exceed your expectations as well. Also, do let me know which MCU Small World doll is your favorite. But regardless, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a magical day.